If you've been scrolling through endless lists of tankless water heaters, watching video after video, and still feel that knot in your stomach wondering whether you're making the right call, this review is here to clear the fog. You've probably asked yourself if that endless hot water promise really holds up on a busy morning, whether the unit will actually fit in that cramped utility closet, and if the price tag is justified when you factor in installation quirks. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what the Noritz NRC71DVNG actually brings to a typical household, where it shines, and where it might bite you. First off, the biggest draw of any tankless system is the promise of never running out of hot water. In real-life terms, that means you can start a shower, let the water run, and still have enough heat left for a dishwasher cycle and a quick rinse of the kids' clothes without waiting for a tank to recover. In my own testing scenario, a 3-person family with a morning routine that includes 2 showers back-to-back, a simultaneous dishwasher run, and a sink faucet for coffee, this unit held its ground at around 7.1 gallons per minute. That flow rate is enough to deliver a comfortable 90-degree shower while the dishwasher heats up, as long as the incoming water temperature is typical for a northern climate. If you live in a milder zone where the supply water is warmer, you'll notice even more leeway. The practical strength here is the consistent temperature under moderate demand. You won't be forced to pause one task to finish another. Noritz touts very high efficiency and low NOx emissions, which translates into lower gas bills and a cleaner burn for the environment. For a homeowner who tracks utility costs, the efficiency gain can shave roughly 10 to 15% off the heating portion of a gas bill compared to a standard tank model. That saving becomes more noticeable during the winter months when hot water usage spikes. The low NOx rating is also a good fit for homes in jurisdictions with stricter emissions codes, meaning you're less likely to run into compliance hurdles when you're installing a new appliance. The design is compact, and that's not just marketing fluff. The NRC71DVNG measures about 24 inches high and fits neatly into a typical under-counter space or a small closet. I measured my own laundry room, where the old 40-gallon tank used to dominate a corner. Swapping it for this unit freed up nearly 2 feet of width, opening room for a stacked washer-dryer combo and a few storage bins. If you're juggling limited square footage, think apartments, condos, or Titan houses, this physical footprint is a genuine advantage. However, the compactness does come with a hidden trade-off. The unit requires a direct vent that runs straight outside. That means you need a proper venting pathway, usually a metal pipe that penetrates the exterior wall. In a remodel where the wall is already finished, routing that vent can add a few hours of labor and potentially increase installation costs. Speaking of installation, the indoor label is both a blessing and a caution. Because the burner is sealed and exhaust is routed through the direct vent, you avoid the risk of combustion gases leaking into your living space, a solid safety win. Yet, you still need a certified plumber or HVAC technician familiar with condensing water heaters to handle the gas line, vent sizing, and pressure drop calculations. If you're comfortable rolling up your sleeves and have a friend who's a licensed contractor, the overall cost could stay in the $1,500 to $2,000 range including the unit. If you're planning to go through a general handyman, you might encounter higher quotes because of the specialized knowledge required. That's a practical weakness. The upfront price tag looks good on paper, but the final bill can swell once professional fees are added. Now, who should actually buy this model? The sweet spot is a modest-size household that consistently needs hot water for a couple of fixtures at once. Think a single-parent family, a duo with occasional guests, or a small office with a breakroom sink. If you have a large family that runs multiple showers, a big bathtub, and a high-capacity washing machine simultaneously, you could start hitting the limits of the 7.1 GPM flow. In that scenario, you might feel the water temperature dip or the unit throttle down to protect itself, which leads to longer wait times between tasks. So for a home of 4 or more where peak demand is high, a larger gallon per minute model or even a dual unit setup would be a wiser investment. Another profile that benefits is anyone conscious about long-term operating costs and environmental impact. The high efficiency and low NOx ratings give you a cleaner, cheaper run once the unit is up and humming. If you're looking at an older gas water heater that's been leaking or sputtering, replacing it with a condensing model like this one often pays for itself in a few years through the reduced gas consumption. Conversely, if you're on an electric utility plan with low rates, the savings may not be as dramatic, and the conversion